Page replacement. See, here we have our frames in the main memory, and this secondary is divided into pages. So we have frames here and pages here. Anything which has to be executed has to be brought here. As we have seen in the demand paging, only certain pages of processes, they are loaded into the memory, not all. So this will allow us to get more number of processes into the memory at the same time here. But what would happen when a process requests for more pages? Okay, a process is requesting for more pages, but there is no frame which is free here. All the frames are busy. There is no free memory. And this process, say P process, wants this page to be brought into the memory. But there is no free frame. So what can be done? First of all, you can say process to wait in the queue until some other process finishes and it may free some frame. Okay, make it available to the system. The second thing is, you can see, okay, this frame, this process, holding this frame can be removed. Okay, let us remove P1 which is here, and we can get these two frames free. This is second situation. There is another situation. We can see that this page is not being used for quite long now, or this page is not doing something, but some waiting is going on. So this can be selected as a candidate to be removed. So this page can be removed from this frame, and then again it can be freed, and the required process, the process required to have a requirement, or which is having a requirement of this page to be brought into memory so that it can be completed, can be done. This process or this technique is known as page replacement. Okay, we have various algorithms. We have many algorithms, 6-7 algorithms, but we'll talk about few of them so that you understand the idea. So what is this basic page replacement? So basic page replacement is like this. As we have seen, we have our main memory with frames. We have some page table here, which will connect this to the external drive, which are divided into frames. These are divided into the pages. These are divided into frames. Now we have to find the location of the page requested by ongoing process on the disk. First, the page has to be seen. This process required this page on the disk. Now we have to find a free frame. If there is a free frame, we use it. If there is a known free frame, we use the page replacement now to select the existing frame, because these are not free now. So we need to replace them. Say this one is the victim. We are going to replace this. We are going to free this frame. So we have to write this victim frame again back to the disk, and this page table has to be changed, because now this frame is the page in this frame has to be taken back or swapped out of the main memory, and another has to be brought in. So these all changes have to be written in the page table. Then this required page will be brought into this frame which has been just freed up. Again we will change the related page and frame tables, because there is some change. And now the process which is waiting for this page to come into the main memory to get its execution done, it will be restarted. First page replacement we'll talk about is first in, first out. First in, first out. The first to come in will be the first to be swapped out. So the new pages are requested and are swapped in. They are added to the tail of the queue. So new will come here, and the page which is at the head that would have come earlier, this is the victim. So next will come, it will be placed here, this will be shifted, and this has been removed, this will also be removed. So the front or head or the processes which have come earlier will be removed, and next those coming which are being kept here. So it's not an effective way of page replacement, but for small system it is very good. We'll start with an example so that you understand the key idea. And in this example, please mind that the first one to come will be the first one to be relieved. So this is the time required, and these are the page frames. So there are in all 4 frames, and these are 4, that is the, you can say, pages or reference stream A, B, C, D. What will happen? First of all these 4 are free. All these 4 are free. So A will come. A will come, it will take this place. So A will be placed here. A has been placed here. Now B will come. So B, because this is free, B will be placed here. Now C has come. So we have a space here. We'll place C here. Then we have D. Since one more place is left, D will come here. So there are 4 page faults here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Now C has come. Our page replacement is first in, first out. Who has come first? A has come first. So this A, when C will come, A has to be replaced. But C is already there, so it will not be replaced. There is no point in replacing. Then A will come. C has come. So now A will come. Again, we'll try to opt the page replacement technology, first in, first out, but A is already there, so there is no point. But when D has come, so there will be no page fault here. But D will come. D is already there in the frame, so no page fault. B will come. No page fault. E will come. Still E will be checked for the page replacement, but E is not there. E is not here. So which has come first? In all these number of times, A is the biggest. So A has come first. A will be removed, and this will be replaced by E. Okay. Now B has come. B is already there. No problem. So there will be a page fault here. B has come. B is already there. Then now again A has come, because A was removed earlier because to make room for E. A has come, and since B is for quite long, first in, first out, this B will be removed and A will be kept here. Then B has come. Since B is not there, B has been removed. Since C is there, which has been there for a long time, C will be removed and B will be kept here. So there will be a page fault. Now C has come, because C was not there. So what to do? Because this C has come. This C needs to be replaced. Okay. So C needs to be replaced, and we have seen this D. D has come a long time, so it will be C. C, okay. C has come. Now D has come. Again, this C has been just replaced by this D. Means D has been replaced by C. But here we don't find D. So which has to be replaced? As we see in all these, E has, because A has just come recently. A was there already, but A has been replaced, and then again it has been brought back. So now E has to be replaced, and this D will come here. So there will be a page fault. So in all, how many page faults are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 for initial, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 page faults in this scenario in FIFO algorithm. I'll tell you one more scenario just after that. But let us understand the B-Lady theorem. B-Lady theorem is, in your mind, you might be thinking that we had we have some slots, say 3 slots. Why not to increase the slot? Why not to increase the slot? Make it 4, so that you can adjust more pages here in the frame. Why not to make it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More pages can be bought in. But there is a B-Lady theorem with this first in first out. That is, if you increase the number of pages per frame, if you increase the number of frames, that is, I'm talking about this number of frames, you can increase it like this. So if you increase, because it seems to be a very obvious choice, but if you increase the size of the frame, there will be a B-Lady anomaly. See, if this is, I hope you will try it for yourself, as just I told you. This is the input reference string, and we have 3 slots. You are getting 9 page faults. You will get 9 page faults. But if you increase this frame from 3 slot to 4 slot, it will actually increase your page fault, which is not acceptable. So this is the B-Lady anomaly in first out. So let us, try to go back to what we have learned. So FIFO is the simplest page replacement algorithm. So in this, operating system keep track of all the pages in the memory in the queue, and the oldest page, the page who has come earlier to all the pages, these are placed in front of the queue here. So when a page needs to be replaced, page in this front of the queue is selected for removal. This is the victim. Let us see this one. We have a page string 130 and 3563. And before going to optimal page replacement, let me do it for you. First of all, we have 3 page slots. Okay, we have 3 page slots. So first one will come, there will be a page slot, page fault, 1 will be placed here. Then 3 has come, 3 will be placed here. Then 0 has come, 0 will be placed here. Now, in the next heap, because 3 has come, so there will be no change. So there will be 0 page fault, it will remain like 130. Then 3 has come. This 3 has already come, now 5 has come. So 5 has come, and we need to replace it using FIFO. So we have this 1 as the oldest, right? Because 5 has come, 1 is the oldest, because 1 came earlier than 3 and 0. So this 1 will be replaced by 5. 3 and 0 will remain like this, right? So we have one more page fault, 3 from here, 1 from here. Again, this 6 has come. 6 will replace what? This 3, right? Because this 5 has just come, 3 might have come earlier, or this has come earlier, and after that 0 has come. So 3 has come, is the oldest here. So we'll replace this 3 by 6. Okay, this 6. Then again we have a page fault. After this, because 6 has come, so final scene will be 560. So how many page faults are there? 3 and 4 and 5. So 5 page faults are there. So this is how it is done. Optimal page replacement algorithm. So this algorithm has lowest page fault. So it has been called opt or minimum. So in this algorithm, we replace the page that will not be used for the longest period of time. So it involves the future knowledge. We need to know in the future which page is not going to be used for the longest time. The best or key idea of intuition is the page which has not been used right now for long will not be used for future also. So it's better than FIFO, and it has some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of optical page replacement algorithm is it has lowest page fault, and it will never suffer from B-Lady anomaly, because if you increase the frame, the page faults are not going to be increased, and it's quite good or better than FIFO. But there are disadvantages because it involves the future knowledge. It needs some forecasting and future knowledge, and it is difficult to implement also. Optimal page replacement. So in this algorithm, pages are replaced which are not used for the longest duration of time in future. So let us consider this string with 4 page faults or page slots. So we have 4 page slots. First 7 will come. 7 will be placed here, 1 page fault, then 0, then 1, then 2. 7012 will be done like this. Now 0 will come. We are done with this. Now 0 will come. 0 is already here, so there will be no page fault. Now 3 will come. So 3 has to be dealt with. And since 7 is not being used for longest duration of time, and we assume that 7 will not be used in the future also, we'll replace 7. So this will be 3, 0, 1 and 2. Right? So there will be one page fault. Now 0 has come, it is already there. 4 will come. What will be done with 4? 4 will replace now 1, because we assume that 1 will not be used for long, for longer duration. So 4 will replace 1 here, and 4 will replace 1, so there will be one page fault. So what will be the scenario? 3, 0, 4 and 2. Okay, 3, 0, 4, 2. After that, what has come? 2 is there, 3 is there, 0 is there, 3 is there, and 2 is there. So how many page faults are there? 4, 5 and 6. In all, 6 page faults. And since this is giving you a lesser page fault, because future knowledge is required and longest duration of the time is that will not be used, has to be removed. Then we come to LRU page replacement. That is least recently used. So a very good approximation to the optimal algorithm, is based on the observation that pages that have been heavily used in the last few instructions will probably be heavily used again in the next few. Say if something is being used heavily, why not to assume that this will be used again, because it is being used heavily? Or what you can say, that pages that have not been used for ages will probably remain unused for a long time. So we can replace it. So this idea will suggest a realizable algorithm, because this optimal algorithm requires future knowledge. It's quite complex and not very easily realizable. So when a page fault occurs, we throw out the pages that has been unused for a long time, and this is called least recently used. Now let us take an example of least recently used. So we'll replace the least recently used. Okay, let's say we have this string and we have 4 page slots empty. So we have 4 page slots. First 7 will come, then 0 will come, then 1 will come, then 2 will come. So there will be 4 page slots. Now 0 will come. 0 will come, so 0 will come, there is 0, so there will be 0 page fault. Now 3 has come, so 3 needs some has to be replaced. When 3 has come, 7 has not been used, least recently used. So replace 3 here, 0, 1 and 2. Okay. Now after this 3, 0 has come, no page fault. Now 4 has come. So 4 will be done what? See, 4 will be, as we have seen this, 1 is not used, because 0 is already in memory, 0 has just been seen, 0 has just been checked out. 0 has come earlier, that is a good question, but 0 has just come up to see whether I belong to here or not, but 1 has not come for long. So we'll replace this 1 now. So this 1 will be replaced by what? 4. Okay. Then 2 will come, 2 is already there, 3 will come already there, 0 will come already there, and 3 and 2. There will be no page fault. In all, there will be 4 plus 5 plus 6 page fault in least recently used. Then we have something called thrashing. So a process that is spending more time in paging than executing is said to be thrashing. Paging is very good. It is giving you an idea, you have a very good virtual memory, demand, paging, etc. But if the things are, because the process is doing more time or spending more time in paging rather than executing itself, this is called thrashing. Or you can say that the process doesn't have enough frames to hold all the pages for its execution, So it is swapping pages in and out very frequently to keep executing. And sometimes the pages which will be required in the near future have to be swapped out. Okay, this recently, or you know that, or this you are aware that this is going to be used and you have swapped it out. So initially when the CPU utilization is low, the process scheduling mechanism to increase the level of multi-programming loads multiple processes into the memory at the same time, allocating a limited amount of frames to each process. But as the memory gets filled up, the process starts to spend more time for the required pages to be swapped out, again leading to low CPU utilization because most of the processes are waiting for pages. So at the beginning it will increase, but at this point, because the processes are busy now here in executing, but now in swapping in and swapping out the pages, so the utilization will decrease. Okay, and as the scheduler loads more processes to increase CPU utilization, as this continues, at the point of time the complete system comes to stop. So more and more processes are coming, more and more thrashing is going on, more and more swapping in and out is going on, and the CPU is not being utilized. So this is the thrashing. This is called the thrashing. So to prevent thrashing, we must provide processes with as many frames as they really need right now. So we have seen page replacement algorithm. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.